Hey, imagine you're gearing up for a backyard dinner party and you're staring at that empty patio, wondering if you should finally splurge on a full set or just keep borrowing chairs from friends. I've been in that exact spot more times than I'd like to admit, especially when the weather finally starts to cooperate after a long winter. It's tempting to click add to cart on any glossy photo, but the fear of ending up with a set that fades, rots, or just doesn't hold up to the everyday chaos of kids, pets, and the occasional spilled wine is real. That's why I spent a few days digging into the details, watching unboxing videos, and scrolling through the handful of reviews that actually exist before I pressed record. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So, let's talk about the Trex Outdoor Furniture Cape Cod 9-piece square farmhouse dining set. The name alone tells you a lot. It's designed to look like a classic farmhouse table, but it's built with what Trex calls Climatetuff materials. In plain English, that means the frame and all the pieces are made from a high-density polymer that mimics wood without the maintenance headaches. The set includes a rectangular table, 4 bench seats, and 2 individual chairs, all in a neutral stepping stone shade that leans toward a warm gray. The idea is to give you that cozy, rustic vibe without needing to treat or seal the wood annually. Who should consider this set? First, if you have a medium-sized patio or a deck that can accommodate a table roughly 70 inches long and you love the look of a farmhouse style, this could be a solid fit. The set is also great for families with kids because the benches are low profile and easy for younger children to hop onto without the risk of a high backrest. And if you live in a climate where rain, heat, and occasional snow are all part of the yearly routine, the Colorstay technology is meant to keep the color from fading significantly over time. For those who want something that arrives relatively easy to assemble, most reviewers mention that the instructions are straightforward and that you can have the entire setup in under an hour. This is a plus. Now, who might want to skip it? If your outdoor space is tiny, the rectangular table and the 4-bench arrangement could dominate the area, leaving little room for a grill or a lounge chair. Also, if you're looking for a set that can be comfortably used as a lounge or a low-profile sofa for extended evenings, the bench seats are more functional than plush. They're designed for dining rather than sprawling out. Lastly, if you have a strong preference for natural wood textures, something you can see and feel the grain on, you might miss the subtle plastic feel of the polymer, even though it's disguised pretty well under a paint-like coating. Let's get into the practical strengths. The biggest selling point is the low-maintenance promise. Traditional wooden sets can warp, crack, or become a breeding ground for mold if the finish isn't kept up. With this Trex set, you basically just need to hose it down or wipe it with a damp cloth when it gets dirty. No sanding, no varnish, no yearly sealant. That alone saves a lot of time and money in the long run. The Forever Furniture label is a bit of marketing hype, but it's not entirely unfounded. The polymer doesn't rust, and the legs, those sturdy trestle styles, hold up well even after a few heavy family gatherings. You can also stack the benches against the table when you need to clear the area for a party, which is a nice flexibility for people who want to switch between dining and open space. Another practical benefit is the stability of the trestle legs. In the videos I watched, the table doesn't wobble when you push a heavy casserole dish onto it or when kids lean on the benches. The wide base distributes weight evenly, which means you won't have the dreaded one-leg wobble that some metal sets suffer from after a few seasons. That makes it feel safer for families with toddlers who love to climb. On the flip side, there are a few weaknesses you need to be aware of before you decide. First, the seating comfort is quite basic. The benches sit low, about 18 inches from the ground, so they're perfect for a standard dining height, but they lack any cushioning or contoured seats. If you're planning on long dinner parties where guests will linger for hours, you might find the benches a bit unforgiving on the hips. Second, the set is fairly heavy. While that's great for stability, it also means it's not something you can easily move around if you want to rearrange your patio layout each season. You'll likely need a couple of strong hands or a dolly to shift the whole set. Third, the Colorstay claim sounds good, but in bright sunlight the stepping stone hue can lean toward a slightly cooler tone than the showroom shots. If you're particular about matching,